Hello, so I'm here in Vegas this week for the holidays. I want to introduce you to my friend Julie. So, Julie and I have known each other for about 6 years. We've done some pretty awesome trips together. I was at Julie's house the first year after my divorce, and we were sitting on her couch at Thanksgiving, and we're like, let's do something. And she's like, well, let's check something off your list. And so we got to looking, and so she and I went to China together.
Totally normal.
Only normal. So we went to China. We went to the Azores, which is a group of islands 600 miles off the coast of Portugal. So I'm here today and I want to show you what Julie's been up to. Julie bought a
1971 30-foot Airstream.
Julie owns 2 hair salons here in Vegas, and the names of her salons are
Viva Salon and 9037 Salon.
Julie and I did a seminar together years ago. So I'm going to say probably 6 years ago. In life, whenever I kind of get stuck, I'll go take a seminar, and I feel like that helps me get unstuck. So she and I were assigned to be what they called buddies in our seminar. And our assignment was to speak to each other every day for 90 days in a row on the phone. And I'm telling you, you get to know a lot about a person when you do that.
Yeah.
So we've been friends for the last 6 years. I consider her my best friend now here in Las Vegas, and I treasure our friendship, and I'm super proud of you and what you've done. So I'm going to let you tell them a little bit about where we're sitting and what's going on here.
This is CareStream. I purchased this Airstream one day during our 90 days. We had to come up with some goals that we wanted to create in the next 90 days. And my goal was based on wanting to create more for the community. So I originally went and made Thanksgiving dinner at my house and took it to a shelter, and it was a nightmare. I do not cook. I do not like cooking. I thought, this is what everyone does. They go and they feed the homeless on Thanksgiving. This will be a great opportunity for me to teach my kids how to give back. It was a train wreck. So I decided that I would do something that I actually know how to do. And I built a salon inside of an Airstream. And that is what we have. I wanted to create an opportunity to give back to the homeless in a facility that I felt they deserve. So instead of doing it on a folding chair on a sidewalk, I remodeled this Airstream so that I could bring them inside, shampoo their hair, and create a luxurious experience that they would remember.
Julie was doing some volunteer work, like for some of the local charities, and going in and doing haircuts. And I actually worked with you at one of those where we went to the women's shelter, and I set up and did chair massage there while Julie and her crew did haircuts for women that are in these women's shelters. And a lot of times I know when she would go in, they would basically put her in like an oversized closet or, some sort of makeshift hair salon. So what she's created here as a way of giving back to the community, I think, is really spectacular.
Airstream, because I wanted it to be more than just hair. We do other things. We collect food, we collect clothing, we do all kinds of things, and I'm open to any opportunity that we can provide help and relief for our neighborhood.
And I've actually seen you do that. Like, I've seen you take in donations, and she goes to the women's shelters and asks them, okay, what are you short on? What do you need? And then through her hair salon, a lot of times she'll, reach out to her customers and other employees and ask for donations for the things that the women's shelters need. We've worked together on a handful of charity events that I'm really proud of, and I just got to, tag along on her heels and show up whenever she needed me, but she was the one in charge of putting these events together and making them happen.
One of them we did was with the Venetian and the Palazzo here in Las Vegas. Sands Cares is their nonprofit organization. They give back to the community in a big way. They helped us raise $25,000 for CareStream to renovate the Airstream.
So that money basically finished out the entire renovation to turn your Airstream into your mobile hair salon.
So we were able to give haircuts to the employees and do face paintings. And she's the queen of face painting. If you ever need her, call Bev.
Oh
She's
my God.
the queen.
Oh yeah, and I have a story about that. I came in and did face painting, and I was painting this little boy's face, but the paint was a little bit too You know what I'm about to tell.
That's so good.
So the paint was a little too watery, and I was painting his lips black, but it kind of like ran down like inside of his mouth, so it like discolored his gums like
Good black all in his teeth. It was so bad.
So I started to panic, and I grabbed the paper towels, and I'm like dabbing, here on his lip, trying to get the black paint out of his mouth before anybody realized what I had done.
He loved it.
I'm an expert face painter.
She's a pro, definitely. We learn a lot together.
We do learn a lot together. So I'd like to take you around and show you her 1971 Airstream that she's converted to a mobile hair salon to do volunteer work. What condition was the Airstream in when you bought it?
It was a complete disaster. Nothing had been done to it ever. So the carpet was gross. There was a bedroom, there was walls, there was a kitchen, and I actually demoed a lot of it myself. I had a hard time waiting to find people to help me, so it was a perfect project to go in and tear out cabinets and break things to make them beautiful.
I can totally see you doing that.
It was really fun.
Can you tell me a bit about the process of remodeling the Airstream, turning it into this mobile hair salon?
Yeah, I thought it would be really simple. I had drawn it on a piece of paper. I'm a real artist. I can do a mean stick figure. So I thought, this is an Airstream, this is a window. It should be really simple to figure out. And it turned out that it was really hard to find people to help me rebuild it. There were multiple places I went to that were mobile home places and trailer facilities, and no one was really willing to get involved. So I had to get creative and find a friend.
Yeah, I can totally relate to that. I probably took my van to 6 different places before I found someone who was like, yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, I thought it would be an easy thing to do. We build houses in Las Vegas every day. People build trailers all the time. It's not that big of a deal. It was a really, really big deal.
Who ended up doing like the rewiring? Did you have different crews to do that?
My friend Corey actually came out and helped me with a lot of it. He was the person that I finally convinced, I know that this can be done. Like, help me build this. It means a lot to me. And so he did.
That's awesome. Isn't it wonderful to have friends like that in our lives?
Yeah, I feel really blessed to have people in my life that support me with the things that matter. Here we have a station, so we have countertops installed. That way it's easy to plug in any clippers, anything we could use, blow dryers in here. We have counter spaces to do haircuts, blow dries, styling, anything that we could imagine. Over here on this side, we have a shampoo bowl so that we have running water. One of the things I know when people come into a salon that they enjoy the most is having their hair shampooed. So that was very important to me when I built this, that I put in a sink so I could shampoo people and help them to relax. A lot of times when we give haircuts, we're doing more than just giving a haircut. We'll collect essentials for those in need. So we'll collect underwear, socks, shampoo, all kinds of things that people need, and also give them out when we do their haircut. We have storage on both sides. That way we can keep anything that we need here for our events.
Look how adorable this wallpaper and this mirrored ceiling panel is.
My friend Kelly Stewart helped me decorate the inside. So she had this custom made so that it matched the theme of what we were creating. So there's blow dryers and curling irons and combs and scissors on our wallpaper and our ceiling.
It's so cute. When you're at these events, do you have to be plugged in? Do you have to have shore power for the Airstream to have power with the blow dryers and curling irons and all that stuff?
I have a generator that I bring with me. That way we have power to use everything that we need and be able to shampoo clients at the same time. We also have a battery that's in here that helps, you know, take the trailer on and off of the truck.
Okay, so it's like an automatic lift or something like that?
Yeah. So in order for us to have hot water, I have a hot water heater on this Airstream, and that's all generated by the generator. Here in Las Vegas, it gets really hot, so it's really important that we have an AC unit. So we have an AC unit installed in the ceiling, and that helps to keep everyone cool while we're working and keep our clients comfortable.
So in your opinion, what was the most challenging part about this conversion?
I would say the walls were the hardest part to figure out because I had done a lot of the demo myself. I broke a lot of things that I probably should have just left alone, and I made it a little harder on myself than I had to. So we had to find something that we could install to create the walls because I wanted everything to be insulated and completely redone. And so that was a part that definitely took some time to figure out.
Yeah, and it's fascinating, like, because the walls are curved, so you had to find something that would work on these curved walls. So what did you end up with?
This is like a hard plastic that we used that's moldable, and we were able to shape it and nail it into place. My dad kept telling me the whole time, just buy a box truck, just buy a regular trailer. And I kept telling him that the name of this is CareStream and it's in an Airstream and I'm doing this. And so finally I did.
I love bragging on people. So Julie was featured on a news program here called Local Heroes. So somehow they got word of what she was up to.
I was at work and a news crew shows up and they asked me to go outside. So I go outside and there's a helicopter circling over the salon. And here we are in the parking lot with a helicopter over, cameras everywhere. And Channel 3 gave me a car.
They did. They rewarded her as a local hero. They had lots of nominations for that, and they chose Julie, and she basically won a car.
Yeah.
Out of the deal. So that's pretty amazing and totally unexpected.
Totally.
But it kind of shows me that when you give out, you get back 10 times in return. And whether you would have got the car or not, I know that you get back when you give.
Absolutely. Every time I do an event, I feel like I leave with way more than what I gave, and it is always so worth it.
I agree. If you're in Las Vegas and you need a haircut or hair color or any salon services, I recommend Julie's Salons.
We're easy to get a hold of. We'd love to see you.
Awesome. So we'll put all those links in the bio on this video. Julie, thank you so much for being here with me today. I'm looking forward to spending more time with you, and I just love you.
I love you too.